All right, guys, it's that time of year again. Trapping season is upon us. So I've got this big little, it's an air compressor, the top cut off of it. And this one I always use to dye my traps. I'm gonna make sure all the crud's at the bottom of it. So what I'm gonna do here is, well, I've got that water tank filling up over there. I'm gonna prop this up and let's see. I got some baler twine here. I'm just gonna tie this up here so the cows and stuff can't knock that over. All right, when I pick up my walnuts, I know I don't go for these big fat green ones. I usually go for stuff that looks like that, or especially these ones, are the ones that are like, I don't know. Just don't pick up the big fat green ones, just the kind of dying ones, the green or the black ones. All right, I got my big 5-gallon bucket full of walnuts here, and here's my tank. And so I'm gonna get those dumped in there, and then I'll show you what I like to do next. All right, so now what I'm doing, I'm gonna take this 5-gallon bucket and I'm gonna fill it up full of water. Well, it has a leak in it, so yeah, hang on. All right, so that ended up taking 2 trips since that bucket's got a big hole in it. But anyways, you can see I've got 5 gallons of walnuts in here and 5 gallons of water. So it's Wednesday right now, so I'm gonna let this set in here till next Wednesday. I'm gonna come out here probably once a day and just stir them around. So yeah, I'll see you guys next Wednesday. Well, good morning. All right, guys, well, coyote season starts in 3 days here in Indiana. So yeah, I figure I better start waxing and dyeing my traps. So yeah, let's get to it. You can see I've just got it sitting on some blocks where like flames get underneath of it. But yeah, I'm just gonna kind of start a fire all around it and stick some right under it and stuff, and yeah, we'll get going. The cows just can't help their curiosity. These things have been way over in that field, way back there by those trees, all day long and all night. And then they see me over here doing something. They gotta come check it out. This calf's just standing there with his head in the smoke. But yeah, you can see I've got a little fire going. I've just got it kind of built up around it and then some underneath of it. And it'll start boiling for too long. I like to boil it with the walnuts in it first, just to get every last bit of that dye out of it. And then once it's boiling, I'll go ahead and take the walnuts out. So yeah. All right, you can see we're not quite boiling, but we're bubbling and stuff at the top. So I got my fire all around it and stuff. So yeah, I got this old broken rake and it fits in there like just perfect. Well, almost. Yeah, so I can, oh shoot. About knocked it over, but yeah, you can see I can just pick those walnuts out. Well, I'm doing it one-handed, that's why I'm not getting very many, but still, you get the point. I'll just start taking them out like that. So yeah. All right, guys, I got some my Bridger number 2s. I got a Duke number 3 in there. And I got some other, I think it's like a Victor or something. I don't even know, somebody gave it to me, but yeah. Here goes the first batch. Oh shoot, I dropped one. I see it though. There it goes. I got it, I think. That one still needs to go. There we go. Now we're cooking. All right, so I'll leave these in here for about, I don't know, 3 to 4, 5 minutes, somewhere in there. I like to leave them in there for a while. Make sure they just get real dark, so yeah. All right, guys, now for the dog proofs. What I'm gonna do is, you don't have to do this, but I choose to. I got this can of spray paint. I'm just gonna go through and just give them a quick little like. All right, well, I'm holding my phone with my right hand and I'm left-handed, or I'm holding my phone with my right hand and I'm right-handed and I'm trying to do this with my left hand, so yeah, you can see, you get the idea. I'm going around and I'm spray painting these dog proofs white. All right, and there you have it, guys. Got all my dog proof spray painted there. Now, what this does is, say let's say I'm going to pull up my sets or something, and I'm driving around trying to find my traps. What's going to be easier to find? White dog proof that it really stands out, or a brown dog proof that just blends in with all the leaves and stuff? So it makes it a lot easier to find these, and it makes it easier for the coons to find them too. So you don't want the animal to have to like search for your trap, well, whenever it comes to dog proofs. So yeah. And it also, I'd say it helps preserve them, like in the long run. I don't know, just that extra coating of stuff probably helps preserve them. So yeah. Second batch coming out. See, now I'm just doing my 1.5s. I'd say you don't really need to do your 1.5s. Anything like, if it's not a canine trap, then I probably wouldn't mess with it, but you know, I only have like 6 coyote traps. Well, actually I've got like 8 or 9. They're still out in the field though, because I couldn't find them. So I gotta go back out there once they cut the fields and stuff and try to find them. So yeah, I mean, I still have that whole pot full of dye, so I figure why not just go ahead and dye all my traps, right? So yeah, had to come inside for Baruski. All right, guys, sorry about the wind if you can hear that, but I got all my traps dyed now. I got the long springs, the 1.5s, and the coyote traps, and yeah. And over there, I got, I don't know if you guys can see those, but I got my dog proof spray painted. But now it's time to wax them. So yeah, I'll show you guys how I like to do it. All right, guys, you can see here I've got this little like just metal can, and I filled it up a little more than halfway full of water. And then I've got this block here of odorless trap wax. And all I'm gonna do is I've got this water to a near boil. So I'm just gonna cut this open and throw it in there and let that wax melt down. Okay guys, I've got the wax in there, and you can see that wax is actually just staying at the top. It's floating. And what we're gonna do is, once this wax is all melted, we're gonna dip our traps down into that water. We're gonna leave it in the water for around probably, I don't know, 7 to 10 seconds probably. And then pull that trap up slowly through the top of that wax, and it'll just put a nice thin coating around that trap. And you'd be surprised how many traps you can do with just this 1 pound of wax. See, what a lot of guys will like to do is take like a ton of wax and just fill this whole thing full of wax and dip their trap completely into the wax and pull it out. And that works, but it's like your trap's caked up in wax, and it's just way more wax than you need to be using. So yeah. I should also mention, it's important to wear rubber gloves. I've got these, they're called Ravens, but they're really, really nice rubber gloves. But after you dye your traps, you want to wear some sort of gloves, and they have to be clean gloves, because what the wax is doing is pretty much coating in and like, let's see, it's sealing all the smells onto that trap. So the wax covers that scent and makes your sets pretty much scent proof. So if you don't wear gloves, that kind of defeats the purpose, because then your hand's all over that wax and they could still smell you. So be sure to wear some sort of gloves, like a new pack of leather gloves, or like these rubber gloves like I've got, or anything that's like not got a bunch of stuff on it would work fine. So yeah, just don't be touching the traps with your bare hands. All right guys, here goes the first one. So into the wax. Oh shoot, it's not. There we go, that's good enough. And then a few seconds, and we'll lift it back out of there slowly. All right, there we go. That one didn't quite go down all the way, but these Duke 3s, or Duke number 3s, are pretty big traps, so I shouldn't have that problem with the other ones. But yeah, I'm gonna go hang this up out there in the garage and let it drip dry. We'll try one of my Bridger number 2s. There we go. Done with the canine sets, on to the 1.5. All right, guys, I just got done waxing and dyeing my traps, and you can see I still have enough wax in there to do another 40 traps if I wanted to, and that's only using 1 pound. So if you're using nothing but wax, like putting in 5-6 pounds of wax, yeah, you're wasting a bunch of wax. So just fill it up with water, then put a block of wax on top of it. All right, guys, I thought I'd show you how thick the coating of wax is on these things. So check this out. I'll try to make it where you guys can see it. I'll just take this knife and just scrape off a little bit of it. You can see it's just barely anything, but that's enough to hold back that scent. And it also helps, you can see it got a little packed in on those springs, but it helps like lubricate those springs and it'll fire faster. And yeah, it just helps the traps work functional and fire faster and all that stuff. That's just real good for your traps, and you need to do it every year. Sometimes more than once a year. If you think it needs it, then do it. But some people, what they do is they'll take a screwdriver and they'll go through all their traps after they dye and wax them. They'll go through and pick off all the wax and stuff like that, like all the caked up stuff. Like there's some, you see that? They'll go through and just knock it off. But I don't think that's necessary, because I'll just go out on the line, and then whenever I'm setting the trap, either that wax is going to fall off, or if I see it, I'll just go ahead and do it then. So there's really no sense in doing it right now, I don't think anyways. But yeah, guys, that's really all there is to it. It's not hard, it's pretty fun, I think. But yeah, I'm gonna put these traps somewhere where no scent can get on them till trapping season. And I don't think I'm gonna be able to set on the first day, because none of the fields around my house that I'm gonna trap have been cut yet. So that's kind of dumb. So I'm just gonna, opening day is gonna be whenever they cut these fields, I guess. So yeah, without further ado, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.